YouTube? It's me, Furo Kami. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, how are you? And if you're not new, welcome to my channel. My name is Furo Kami, and I am one of your newest commentary creators. Do not mind my voice. Do not mind my voice. Do not mind my voice. Anyway, you guys, I do Baddies commentary tea, and then I also do Zeus Network tea, but that's not the only limited tea that I'm doing. Today, I actually wanted to talk to you guys about some new shows I've been watching, like College Hill, and I've been watching a lot of Fort Salem, Connecticut. I don't know if it's Fort Salem, Connecticut. I think it is Fort Salem, Connecticut. But I'm pretty much on episode 3 on that one. And on College Hill, I barely started watching it on episode 2. But before we get into that, you guys, we're going to talk really quickly. We're going to cover up the last, I feel like the final Baddies West. Everything is just like wrapping up, and you can see everybody's talking about the news and things like that. Everybody's wrapping up Baddies West. When I say everybody, I'm saying Zeus Network. So everybody's already adjusting to, okay, so we had this season, now we're on to the next. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of looking like it's been confirmed who's going to be the judges. It looks like it's going to be Tokyo Tony, Black China, Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Because they are all from the East Coast. So it's pretty exciting to see that. Donna from Black Ink Crew is supposed to be a judge. I don't know, allegedly. Okay, I'm going to be just as shocked as you guys when you watch the auditions, as well as Ruby Rose, okay? So today's video, I'm going to be talking about Razor not going to the Baddies West reunion, and we're going to be showing a clip of why exactly she didn't go to the reunion. We're going to discuss Biggie and Natalie kind of getting upset with her for making this after party. It's been kind of like on, you know, they've been kind of going at it because of that. Black China and Tokyo Tony reuniting. I did want to talk about that really quickly, so we can just wrap that up right there. I think it's very beautiful to see a mother and a daughter reuniting. We don't know what the circumstances are, what's going to happen after that, but it's very beautiful to see that they're connecting, and that, you know, Angela was very excited to see her mom. You know what I'm saying? Genuinely excited to see her mom, and it was nice to see Tokyo also genuinely excited and embracing her daughter. She was turning up with the baddies and stuff like that. I want to say she was turning up with Scotty and Natalie Nunn. They look absolutely dreadfully irritated that whoever was recording them. You know, in my opinion, they just looked annoyed because Scotty looked up and waved and said anything. Lo was even in the camera, and it looked like they were just waving at people beyond the camera because they were honestly giving, like, I'm not going to pay attention to that, you know, so that, because it's like, I feel like in my opinion, they know that she's working on a network, so they were kind of like getting irritated with that. That's just my opinion. Sean Rock has her new second season of Crazy in Love with Blueface. I think mostly this time they're going to show the baby, the pregnancy, you know, the journey with her being a mom. There's been a lot of talk on the internet about what she's been doing as far as her, you know, trying to burn up Blueface's house, allegedly, stuff like that. But she hasn't really been in the news like that. Honestly, she hasn't been in the YouTube streets like that. She's kind of, it sounds like she's been doing her, trying to focus on her baby. She had an ultrasound. Congratulations to her. Her baby's about 5 months old. Okay, we don't know if it's boy or girl, because every time we know it's boy or girl, Blueface's mom comes in and she intervenes and she has something to say. So I don't know about that one. And yeah, the Baddies judges, it seems like it's going to be Ruby Rose, Donna from Black Ink, Tokyo Tony, and Black China. Krishan and not Black China, but Angela White, they were all eating like crabs together, and they were all like kind of getting along together. It looked like one of Angela's friends was there with her in the live. So that was cool to see how they were all kind of having, like, you know, like a moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how Zeus Network won't show that. It won't show like 3 women of color like breaking bread with each other, breaking seafood with each other, and just eating and having like a good time. They're not going to show that. They're going to show like the fighting and stuff like that. You guys see me looking because I'm trying to be organized with my notes. Anyway, before we get into this tea, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys when you subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. And I'm going to give you a little bit about what I'm about to introduce to you guys, a little backstory, okay? So pretty much, Razor explains that why, in this video, in this little clip, she explains exactly why she didn't want to go to the Baddies reunion. It's not about her not wanting to go, but she's going to explain it herself. So we're going to get into this video. We're going to watch it. And yeah, again, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment, leave your... Agréguenme, deja sus comentarios para abajo y pónganme sus thumbs para arriba, okay? Sus deditos, dame sus deditos para arriba, okay? I hate when I cannot say what I have to say, but luckily I have my native tongue. Anyway, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and let your girl know your opinions on the show. Just keep it like, well, you know what I mean? Go, do what y'all gotta do. Shit, fuck it. Do what y'all gotta do. I'll see y'all over there.
My way. I was there. And I missed my flight. I had a connecting flight, and I missed my flight on the way to LA. And it was a lot of shit going on the internet. And I honestly, a lot of shit was going through my head. For one, I spent fucking $8,000 on an outfit for that reunion. The fact that Zeus already plotted or had shit going on that as if like, oh, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be.
She's talking about, it's not Zeus Network, that's Natalie Nunn, because Natalie Nunn pretty much made it clear that no one's going to come here to talk. No one's going to come here and do no cute shit. No one's going to be wearing gowns or makeup. Everybody's going to come here to scratch pretty much each other's eyes out and fight. But she made it seem like it was about to be a war zone. So you guys imagine, I feel like she did want to go to the reunion, but at the same time, none of them talked. Like we all see it in the super trailer, right?
That, but instead of what was portrayed to me over the phone, I didn't go to the reunion. I wanted to actually go to the reunion to answer these questions and not worry about a bitch over here trying to, swing. I wasn't going for that, because if that was the case, set me up a boxing match and let me get paid just like how Natalie and Tommy did. If that's what y'all wanted.
That's true. That's true. Because, I mean, I would do that too. I'm not going to fucking fight and get my stuff ruined and shit like that. I mean, I would definitely fight for money. So I feel her.
Like, that's the type of time I'm on. Then, yeah, we could box it out. And then, but not sitting how I'm sitting up. Hey, y'all,
I feel that.
Literally was on my way.
Okay, so you guys see that clip. Okay, so you guys see that clip of Razor literally explaining why she didn't go to the reunion. And I see a lot of comments that say she's scary, she's afraid, she's this, she's that. But I feel you. Krishan didn't go to the reunion. No one said anything. And she's about to be one of the judges allegedly for Baddies East. Why the fuck would I go to something where nobody's about to talk and people are about to be jumping on each other? Like when I saw people say supposedly that Low London got into it and was like, it just looked like everybody was running up against Tommy. Rolly was fighting Tommy. Stunner was fighting Tommy. Natalie was fighting fucking Tommy. Scott, like, I don't know who else was fighting her. I don't know if Scotty was fighting her, but I'm just like, if Scotty was, I'm like, bitch, why? Why are you fighting Tommy? Like, what does Tommy have to do with you about anything? Tommy barely even said anything to her the whole season. So I don't know if this was this girl making a mark for Baddies East, but I'll tell y'all right now, I'm really disappointed in Scotty. Literally, I'm beyond irritated with Natalie Nunn. Every time I see something dysfunctional that happens in these episodes, anything to do with Baddies, I literally blame it on Natalie Nunn, because she's the one who says that she has 100% control of what happens with these storylines. And Scotty went right along and said that on that No Jumper interview with Sharp. He was like, oh, okay, so you control things. And she was like, yeah, I'm pretty much, behind the scenes. He said, okay, so you pretty much real hands-on with it. She was like, yeah, I'm really I'm 100% hands-on. I pretty much get the girls in a room. You say why you don't like each other, and they say why they don't like each other. We figure out if they want to talk or not, if they want to fight. Once we find out they want to fight, boom, we put them in a room together. Does that sound like a work environment to you? Or does that sound like something to you that you would want to participate? I mean, sure, we're doing vlogs and reviews on this until it pretty much expires, like a candle going out. I mean, it's crazy how everybody was talking about nobody's even talking so much about Tommy, Sky, or Stunner. No one's literally talking about them anymore. And I feel like they were talking about it with the Baddies East, right? And everybody's going to start talking about them again once the reunion airs. So it's crazy how everybody's kind of moving along like the reunion already aired and stuff like that. They're already, showing that. Natalie Nunn has already made announcements on live that she's getting ready to go do the Baddies East audition, regardless of what anybody else says. So when she made that announcement for the Baddies West reunion, she made it clear that it was going to be a fight in a war zone. So Razor was like, Natalie Nunn was calling her a liar too. She's like, girl, you were in LA the day of the reunion and you just didn't show up and blah, blah, blah. We don't know her side, and I don't believe Natalie because she be lying. And I don't know. I kind of feel Razor. I'm not going to go and ruin my reputation, my money, who I am, my integrity, my value, my worth, just to go fight. Haven't you ever heard of sometimes when things are toxic, you got to let it go? If you know that this is not going to serve you, this isn't going to serve you a purpose, all you're going to do is this and no one's going to get to what needs to be talked about, why would you go? Why? Like, why would I go? We're not even going to talk. Like, why would I go? Y'all want to fight so bad, pay me to have a boxing match. For Christ's sake. We don't need to use the platform of a reunion to keep this going. I mean, we could just get it boxing. We could just get it happening right there in the boxing ring. I get her. Okay? So, that was that. The whole Krishan Rock and Blueface thing, I don't know if people are doing this for the cameras. I mean, every time I see Krishan Rock, she has the live on, and Blueface too, right? They always are on live and stuff. Everything is kind of publicized with them. It's kind of sometimes not really a genuine moment. But in my opinion, from what it looks like, if you always got a camera on you 24/7, you kind of never really have any, in my opinion, any intimacy moment, private moments to yourself. But when she was in the ultrasound room, there was all these cameras and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, it's because they're getting ready to film. So it makes it kind of hard to even do commentary. I gotta sneeze, y'all. It makes it kind of hard to be like, is this real or is this fake or is this like, what is this? Because down there, everything is filmed. So Now, Biggie, we're going to look at her live real quick because she was going off on Razor because Razor was trying to do, she was trying to do like a Baddies after, she was trying to do like a Baddies West after show, Baddies East after show. And I'm kind of like, nobody can really tell her nothing because ain't she from the East and didn't she do her due diligence on the show? Like, why would she not be able to, you know, why would she not be able to capitalize off of it, right? Didn't Natalie Nunn capitalize off of all the other BGC girls' ideas, allegedly? Right? Because she literally did that. Everything you guys are watching on Zeus Network is all the ideas of all the previous bad girls that were going to be on the show. Okay? I'll say allegedly, but shit, if you want, go to the conversation with Natalie Nunn, Jada, Christina, Shannon, and Rocky, and you'll see why. So, it's not really much to say. So let's go and see what Biggie's talking about.
The way, but let's make sure we all got this figured out. I came onto the show as the event coordinator. What makes you think that there was going to be over 8,000 baddies from around the world and I wasn't going to throw an event? You know what's up. I threw my event over a week ago, and y'all been seeing my flyer. So don't make it seem like now Razor thinks it's okay to throw an event 2 days before the event. She's not throwing the official baddies after party. There's only a couple of them, and let me tell you something. You do not get to capitalize off of us. You didn't even show up to the reunion, and all you do is talk shit about.
She can do whatever the fuck she want to do because she was on the show. Like, please, it sounds like you're hating low-key.
Zeus girl, go to hell. I'll see y'all at my official after party, or if not, Natalie's. Besides that, go to hell. What?
Was that really? I liked Biggie. I wanted to give her a chance. But I don't like mean people. And I don't like how people are quick to switch just because they're getting their spot on the next season. That's so weird. It's like, and if she was talking shit on live, she wasn't talking, I don't remember her talking shit about you. And even if she was, what is the go to hell for? What are you so angry for? It seemed like you jealous, like you mad she did that. Who the fuck, why can't she throw a party off of a show she was on and she's from Baltimore? You're going to DMV. Ain't that Baltimore, Maryland? Ain't that like Baltimore? Ain't that like Maryland? Ain't Krishan Rock and her Razor are from Baltimore. Why the fuck can she not do that? Who are you? Talking about, if not mine, then go to Natalie's. Like, everybody want to kiss Natalie's freaking chin. Everybody want to kiss Natalie's chin. It's crazy how these girls literally turn on each other for Natalie's chin. Like, it's behooving me. Like, oh, wow, you feel me? Like, quickly, the betrayal. Like, but look, we gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch right along with you. And I call it a train wreck because that's what it is. It's a train wreck, in my opinion. It's literally gonna be a day where something crazy is gonna pop off. And you guys literally got Tokyo Tony up in there. So, with that being said, I just wanted to get you guys caught up with that. Also, again, I've been watching College Hill. So episode 2 was pretty much, I guess them like, they're having like therapy and stuff like that. And I feel like the part that I saw was when Amber was trying to talk about why she's not really into Christianity. And I forget his name. I forgot to pronounce his name, but he was upset a little bit because he was like, I don't feel like it's right to talk about Christians or bash Christians and stuff like that. She wasn't really bashing Christians, because I used to be like that too, and I fell in love with God, and I'm still in love with God, but I've learned to not judge people, because when you judge people, thou shalt be judged, and that's in the book of Matthew. So when you encounter somebody who's telling you their experiences and why they don't believe in God, you never know. Atheists can become Christians and Christians can become atheists. Everybody has like a different reason why. A Christian can become an atheist because they had a bad experience and probably people turn them away from church. A real Christian will tell you that you're not supposed to judge people. So regardless of what somebody does around you or move around you, you're not going to judge their actions because you know the word, you know God's law for real, right? So, and an atheist can turn Christian because let's say something happens in their life where they're like, something happens where you end up believing in God. Your story is different than the person that turned away from God. Instead, you turned to God because of whatever life circumstance happened to you. You know for a fact that this was the Holy Spirit, that this was God's love changing you and changing your story around. So maybe you were an atheist and now you are a Christian. Like in the movie Passion of the Christ, and even in the Bible, there was a soldier who was an atheist, right? Let's say maybe he was an atheist. He believed in something completely different, right? But when Peter cut off his ear, the moment they were going to come get Jesus to crucify him, Peter cut off that soldier's ear. And Jesus felt bad, you know what I'm saying? He kind of told Peter, move to the side. And he said, in the name of my Father, you are now healed. You can hear again. So when that soldier felt that, when he saw that happened to him, he dropped to his knees and became a Christian. He accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. So that's an example of somebody who didn't know God, was literally on their way to like go and try to actually destroy God or destroy Christ or whatever you want to call it. They were on their own. But anyways, you guys, that's what made that soldier in particular come to Christ. That's what made him change his mind and stuff like that. So everybody has their reasonings for why they believe in God and why they don't believe in God. So after that, I forget her name, but she was on My Wife and Kids, and she ends up going after him, and she ends up telling him, like, you know, like, I don't think it was a good idea to necessarily bring up religion in that moment in time, and anything like that can make people aggy or uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So they end up talking that out. And I Love New York, and New York is on the show too. And I liked how positive, you know, she became when she told Amber, like, look, pretty much like, I don't care what you believe in. I'm not gonna judge you. Like, she was pretty much saying what I said. Like, a real Christian is not really gonna judge you at all. They're just gonna look at you still with the eyes of love of Christ. I'm not saying that he judged her in particular and stuff like that. I understand his point of view because he was just feeling conflicted in himself, because it's like, it does say in the word, you're supposed to love what God love and hate what he hate. You know what I'm saying? It says that you cannot serve two masters. So if somebody's sitting there talking about your father, you're going to get up and you're not going to want nothing to do with that either. So I get both of their side of points of views. It seemed like there was like a little bit of something going on with Jocelyn Hernandez, because even she's in the show. And towards the end of the show, there was like a lot of positivity. There was a lot of healing. Amber, New York, and Jocelyn were in the bathroom, and they kind of were making amends with each other, and they were just getting out anything that they felt towards one another. And I like that, because I'm just like, dude, this is refreshing. These are all big names, right, in the reality world and in the industry world. And this is not Zeus Network, and Zeus Network hardly ever shows this stuff. So it was really nice and refreshing to see Jocelyn Hernandez, no offense, out of all people, and like Amber Rose in New York, out of all people, to sit there and just be like holding hands and just be like getting that moment together. I was a little bit irritated when I keep forgetting his name, when he went in the bathroom, in the women's bathroom at that, to hear what they were talking about. Like, can you not prove and show that this is a show? Because that's how you know that's a show, when he went in there. Because it's like, why is this grown man in the ladies' bathroom? And it's like they're having a woman of color, like, healing moment. Not necessarily even women of color. They're just having a moment where they're like healing with one another. And I thought it was really rude to have masculine energy just barge in the bathroom. Because you could see Jocelyn looking at him a little bit like, why is this dude, why is he in the bathroom? Like, what's the, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they kept it going. They hugged it out. You see Jocelyn holding on to New York's hand still, and like Amber, and then he's over here trying to squeeze in and put his arm around Amber in New York. And you see Jocelyn's just like, dude, like, no, because it's not right. I'm not saying that's what she said, but in my opinion, that's the only thing I didn't like, that he went into that bathroom when those women were having their moment. Like, men need to start learning to literally respect women more. It's so freaking annoying. It is. Like, want to be a part of everything a woman do. Can we not be in the bathroom even alone amongst each other and talk and heal? Like, dude, it was already enough when New York had to go to the bathroom and kind of see what they were talking about. Because I don't know if she really had to use the bathroom, but really, did we have to have a dude come in there? That was that. And now on to Fort Salem, Connecticut. So this show is pretty much about witches who end up like joining forces with the army or the navy or the military to be able to bring like peace and stuff like that, in order for the government make some type of agreement with them, like, okay, in exchange for you guys to use your powers and help us fight people, you guys got to like not really use your magic so much for evil and stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm really getting into it. Like, so far it seemed like this girl with the balloon, like she was moving her head back and forth and she was making people fall off like the bridge. She was killing people, and then she'd be taking a match to her face and like turning into some other complete different girl. And there's another girl in there. I need to get all the character names for you guys. She has like braids on the side, and she ends up like liking this girl, and they end up like dating and stuff. And they pretty much are witches who are getting their forces and powers together so they can go fight whatever it is that they're about to fight. And all their moms be paranoid. They're like at the beginning of the episode, you see all the moms like, okay, like, you ready for the sacrifice? Like, is you ready to do what you got to do for the family? And then you look, and it's like all of them keep saying, like, and there's one mom that's like, no. She's all like, they done did bad stuff. They done hurt us before. Like, I done seen them die. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting more and more into it. Next time when I show you guys another video, which will probably most likely be Sunday, which is tomorrow if it's not midnight already. I'll be showing you guys an episode on Sunday after I do the Baddies or the Bad Boys Houston. I'm going to be showing you guys like bits and clips. Now, I can't really do too much of that because I don't want to get copyrighted, but I am going to give you guys kind of like a picture idea of what I'm talking about. And then I'll make sure to gather the names, because I should have did that today, but I was more focused on getting this video out and just getting myself more familiar, getting my feet wet with this whole commentary thing. I do enjoy it. I love talking to people ever since I was young. Like, I was an activist when I was younger. I was a youth leader when I was younger. I was a treasurer when I was younger. I've always been in some type of position where I've got to speak or lead. And it's crazy because I was reading about German Shepherds, and they were saying that if you have a German Shepherd, it's most likely because you're strong, you're loyal, you're independent, and you're reliable. And I'm like, that's crazy, because I have a German Shepherd. I have an East German Shepherd DDR. And then I have a Congo. I don't know if you guys know what a Congo is, but the Congo's been around for about 6,000 years. It's an ancient breed. And rumor has it that they were discovered because a sultan discovered them, because the Congo had managed to kill a lion in the palace. So the sultan was so taken back by this, he gave it as a gift to the king or emperor. And that's how it's said to be about Congos. They used to be driven to kill like larger prey and stuff like that, but as times evolved, they ended up becoming livestock guardians. So I have 2 livestock guardian breeds. My dog Nala, she's about 5 months old still. I think, no, she'll be 6 months old at the end of May. And then I have my dog, he's about, my German Shepherd's about a year, 6 months old, and he's starting to be mature. So if you guys have German Shepherds like me, just be warned. Like, my dog is super trained and stuff like that. The only thing is, because he's becoming into maturity, he's becoming kind of like not aggressive, but like really territorial. And I also believe it's because I'm pregnant. He hasn't been playing no games, and today he started like peeing with his leg up. So I'm like, oh crap, because you got different types of German Shepherds, and the East DDR and all German Shepherds were pretty much designed and created to literally freaking be killing machines in the 1800s. They were designed to be the first police dogs. They were designed in the 1800s to work alongside the Germans. The Germans saw that they were so smart and so courageous that they thought it would be best. They thought it would be a really good idea to make these dogs end up being service or police dogs, and they ended up being just that. These dogs are military dogs. They rescue people. They're service animals. They're comfort dogs. You see, these dogs literally are famous for being in the canine unit. So one of the things for me as an African American that I love about a German Shepherd is that I know that back in the day, German Shepherds were used to literally mangle us, gore us, and maul us to death. So when people see me kind of like a non-color and they see me walking with this breed, they're kind of like looking at me like, why does she have this dog? Or and it was kind of like a moment in history for me, because I was able to get a dog that a lot of people say that ended up hurting, us as African Americans back in the slavery times, and even as much as in the late 30s, 40s, and 50s. If you guys heard about that story about the 6-year-old African American girl who was brutally mauled and attacked to death by a German Shepherd in Birmingham, Alabama, years ago. Like, I think of that. I think of Django and that one scene where they let the dogs go and they literally mangle, what would be a slave, and it destroys and mauls them to death. I'm always thinking about that. I'm always thinking about like Emmett Till. I'm always thinking about like Martin Luther King. I'm always thinking about these people, even though they've gone and passed. I think about the horrific things that they went through and that they probably had to experience it. When I see my dog, I'm like, this isn't a dog that can be used to kill me or attack me no more. I have power. I have control of a dog that used to be on command to attack and gore my people to death. And now I have that dog, and he listens to me, and he does what I say, and he protects me. Nobody can literally get near me. Some lady tried to make a complaint in the store because he was barking the other day, and I'm just like, dogs are very vocal. And the thing about it was, when my husband had asked for help to void something off the register, the thing is, she walked from behind on our dog, and she reached over to try to help him void it, even though her intention wasn't to harm the dog. With anybody, even a human, nobody likes for people to walk behind them. Nobody likes for people to reach up and be like, hey, what's up? And just do that. You're going to be like, whoa, depending on what you've been in your life, you're not going to like nobody be all close up to you real quick like that. So I find it really annoying when people just reach out and touch dogs and think they can pet them or just be all in their face. And I'm just like, if you wouldn't do that to a human, why do you guys do it to dogs? So I can barely take my German Shepherd out, which is, it's not barely. I mean, as far as like, well, yeah, like I can barely take my German Shepherd out now because I'm literally getting so far along in my pregnancy. It's not that he pulls me, but he's getting really, really, really strong. And then my Congo, she's getting very strong too. And that's not a dog that I don't think I could take out. I will have to train her. I got to get them more training. They're both registered service animals. And I'm going to be getting them vests and stuff that say, please do not touch. Because I don't know why people see my dogs and they want to touch. And I'm just like, the whole purpose of me getting a German Shepherd is because that's the universal dog that you don't approach. You know what I mean? Like, you just know not to approach that dog. Why would you approach a grown-ass German Shepherd? Or even one that's in its adolescence like mine? Like, but yeah, Make sure you guys get your papers and get your dogs registered, even though it's against the law for a worker to ask you for documentation of your dog. You legally are not even required to have documentation for your dog, and I don't know what state this is. It depends in, but you don't. So still get your dogs all their shots, get all their vaccinations, get the rabies shot, get an approval from the veterinarian that they're healthy. Get a letter from, if you do have a service animal, get a letter from your psychiatrist, get a letter from whoever that's an authoritative figure that can override the decisions of these dumb people that make these weird accusations about service animals just because they're literally jealous. Okay? So that was all for today. I love you guys. By the way, my son is 6 years old. He just turned 6 May 11th, and he's graduating kindergarten, so I'm proud of him. He's graduating with honors. It's an exciting moment for me and his father because I'm pregnant, right? And the baby inside me, his sibling, already has something to look forward to. Like, my son is already leading the way. He's already leading by example, and he has his first certificate that he can show his sibling. Like, he's being a really good big brother. I'm proud of him for how he's, like, accomplished everything in school academically, how hard he's tried. Everything that he's ever been through, and he put his all into school. So to see him graduating with his little cap and gown, even though he's so young, I'm just emotional about it because I'm just like, this is kindergarten. I cannot imagine high school. When I seen the graduation pictures and I seen the teacher email us and get ready to get the cap and gowns for him, I was just all like, oh my God, like, where did the time go? Like, you're 6 years old, like, we were with you this whole walk of 6 years. And if we never did nothing right in our lives, I feel like we did this right because he's graduating. Like, he's graduating. He's not being set behind. He's not having to go through anything. And this is how it's going to stay. That's what mom and dad are for. You know, me and my husband didn't grow up really much with a family background. And this is kind of like the second pregnancy that we're kind of like, we're going to do this alone. And if you're married, or you're with that person you love, honor them and keep it together. A couple that prays together stays together, because when it's just you two in that emergency room, that's all that matters. And sometimes a lot of us grow up and we don't got families. We feel alone. We feel like we got toxic people in our lives and we're like, dang, like, I got to grow my life alone. Sometimes that's God's way of doing that, removing people out your life so that you don't got to keep attaching yourself to things and people who are not meant for you. So if these people want to leave and they want to leave and go out your life, let them go out your life. Think about it and say, dang, didn't we argue most of our time together? Didn't you do this most of our time together? So why would you give the person another spot on your body to stab you again? So that was all. I just wanted to, give my son. I'm proud of my son. I love my son. I love you. If you ever get older and watch mommy's videos, I love you and I'm so proud of you. And to my baby, when you're born, I love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm waiting for you. Me and your dad are waiting for you. And that's why I make my videos how I make them. Mommy may cuss a lot, and sometimes mommy be flying off the handle, but I hope my commentary, my advice, and my life stories serve y'all a purpose. And whenever you guys feel alone, or you feel like you don't have nobody, or you're at school, or you're in a situation where you're out and about and you're just watching YouTube, if it's out in that time, you come across this video, mommy and daddy love you no matter what. We love you, okay? So that was that. See you guys later. See you on Sunday, and bye.